Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Happy Martin Luther King Monday, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Pressure Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah!
Live from Orlando, Florida.
Live from our studio in Orlando, Florida is your boy King Coke.
LeBron.
Rated M for Millennials. Welcome back, everybody. The Pressure Podcast. The only podcast reviewer has say. Feel free to comment with us. Feel free to let you know your takes, what you thought, what you saw from the weekend. Mondays we recap the playoffs, the Sunday games. We're also going to touch on the Saturday games, and we're also going to check the press. We have our own newspaper, and it tells us what the headlines read, what we know after the divisional round of the cell games, baby. Let's get it.
Finish him!
So the Ohio State Notre Dame game just ended. We don't really cover college football like that, but we will cover the draft process, if that makes any sense.
Congratulations to Ohio State.
I'm not big on college football like that. I mean, it's football, so it's something to watch. I mean, it's not football anymore, but that's neither here or there. It's something to watch usually on Saturdays, but I do pay attention because of the upcoming players. Because the QFL is where like there's nothing wrong with college. So you see grit, you see a lot of fight. You see youngsters give it their all, and that's good and all, but I prefer to see where the talent's at.
Cinderella stories is the best part of college football.
Well, I don't like Cinderella stories.
Where you see a team come out of nowhere and they just get it done. Those are good stories to have in college.
Fuck a Cinderella story.
What the fuck?
Whether it be college football, college basketball. I don't really watch college baseball, so I can't tell you that one, but everything like other than that, college.
I like to dominate. I like to go up to somebody who's supposed to be a competitor and punch him in the fucking mouth. That's what I like to see. I like to see dudes that go in there and take care of business. I don't like to see a tit-for-tat game all the time, like a slugfest. Sometimes it's cool to see it, but what I like to see is I want to see somebody get their ass whooped. That's what I like to see. Defensively, though. I don't care if you just score a bunch of points.
Yeah, that's what you mean. Like, not necessarily just by the score.
Yes.
You just mean that they dominated up front.
Yes. So that's what Ohio State did today. They didn't really dominate up front. All they did was score more than they did. However, during the late second half, these guys were pulling a comeback. Looked like Ryan Day and Ohio State were going to choke. Fuck Ryan Day, and I'm not going to congratulate that motherfucker.
Goddamn white boy.
Too much talent on the Ohio State roster. They got it done individually. Just enough.
But Notre Dame showed some fight at the end. You got to give them credit for that. One thing I always tell people, some people saying winning is all that matters. That's okay. If that's what got you to the league, that's what got you to the league. But one thing I do know, and most professionals will tell you, it's not winning that matters. It's how you prepare and how you play. If you leave any stone unturned and you do your best and give your best effort, unlike my Baltimore Ravens,
Be cool, nigga.
then you could be satisfied with a loss. Obviously, you will never like to lose, but you could live knowing that you gave it your best and you lost to the better man.
I can't say
You know
they
what I'm
didn't
saying?
give it an effort, but they just didn't they didn't put their best foot forward when it came to certain things. Yeah.
Notre Dame?
No.
No, I'm talking about Notre Dame. We're talking about Notre Dame right now. Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying? They gave you championship
But you
worthy
brought up
medal.
Baltimore. That's why I was like,
Unlike Baltimore.
no, I know, but I'm just saying their effort was there. The effort was there. It just wasn't their best foot forward with the effort.
But we're talking about Notre Dame, how Notre Dame, even though they looked like they were going to get blown out, they showed metal at the end. And my point is that it's not always about winning. It's about how you prepare, how you play, and if you give it your best, you could actually live with the results of that. You lost with the better man, even though you're not going to be cool with losing. And the reason I mentioned the Baltimore Ravens is because that's what they're not did. That's why I said unlike my Baltimore Ravens, which we will speak on in a few. But shout outs to Notre Dame. They did the best they could. I'm sure I'm sure there's always going to be a few plays that you'd like to have back, but you know what I'm saying? You lost to the better team today, and that's okay. But I'm not going to congratulate.
I'll say better players. I wouldn't say better team because I think that Notre Dame got shook. I think they went in there. They had their good first drive, and then Ohio State matched that energy, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we're in for a long game." Not like they punked them first 7 minutes, the first 7 minutes, and then stopped Ohio. If they would have stopped Ohio State, then I would have been like, "Oh shit, Ohio State's in some trouble." But when I seen that Ohio State went right down the field and scored, I was like, "Uh-oh."
Well, they gave Will Howard the MVP. Fuck him. But no, it was a good game. It was pretty. I mean, I thought it was like I said, it was going to be a blowout, but eventually they pulled it at the end, and they ended up converting and not giving these guys much of a chance after they made a field goal.
I wonder if after his performance, if they think he's going to be like somebody in the NFL, like second round or something like that, and reach for a quarterback. I wonder.
Well, we will be after the Super Bowl. We will be covering the draft and team needs,
top prospects,
and definitely start a new session with the new tournament coming up, which is the Mortal Kombat tournament. For those who are new, we call the NFL playoffs or the QFL playoffs cell games, and we call the NBA or the N3A playoffs the Mortal Kombat tournament. That's how it's going to be. So let's get
Give me a hell yeah!
Let's get to the headlines, shall we? Let's see what the newspapers got to say. The morning papers. What we know after the divisional round of the cell games is that the Texans have ammunition with no weapons. It wasn't their fault. Two of the best receivers were hurt, gone for the year. So they got to retool. I suggest them to shore up that O-line. I suggest they add on the defensive units and then also add a tight end and probably think of a new running back by now. And then the Kansas City Chiefs, what we know about them is that they got weapons with little ammo.
Yeah, they do.
That's what the morning papers read. So recipe for collapse, we've already covered this. Kansas City's low offense outputting is the reason why I say they have a lot of weapons but very little ammo.
I feel like that one ended exactly like I expected it to be. Like, stay close, and then towards the end, just enough to pull away. You know what I'm saying? Just because you were able to stop their offense.
Yeah.
Because had they scored another touchdown, then we talking about a whole different ball game. But they couldn't get in the end zone.
Yes.
And that's not his fault. Again, the O-line is putrid. They definitely need to fix that O-line for C.J. Stroud for next year. And there's a couple of mechanical things that he also needs to fix.
Well, I also think
I feel like he's throwing too high.
I also think they grew a lot from this game, so look for good things coming from Houston for next year. I think they're here to stay. So let's get to the next headlines. What does the paper say? What we know about Washington after this is that this is the best rookie QB of all time. It's just what it is.
Finish him!
But what we learned, or what we know about the Detroit Lions, that it's time to look for a new QB. They need a new quarterback, a new leader there. Jared Goff is just not going to be him. And he's not going to be around like this for long. The Skins eliminate the fucking Lions, who are number 1 seed. It's the probably the biggest it is the biggest letdown of the weekend. But this is something I expected. It was a recipe for an upset, and I thought it was actually a well-played game by Jaden Daniels, who was the top QB in the entire division, a division that included 4 fucking Super Bowls.
He was the best to perform.
You know what I mean?
But for those
It wasn't easy for them.
who say it was the hardest out of all the other quarterbacks, is dead wrong because first of all, Detroit's Lions defense we knew going in wasn't that great, and then on top of that, you're playing indoors. All these other quarterbacks played outdoors. It was very tough conditions, which is not going to be the same said for the next game that we'll be talking about. So
Yes.
carry on, sir.
So let's see what the morning papers read for the next one. What we know about LA is that Stafford's time is also over. It's time for them to reach for or start looking for a new QB. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to do it. And what we know about the Eagles is that Saquon is the best non-QB in the playoffs. And he is. Out of anybody else who plays football in the cell games right now, he's the best player who's not a quarterback, and that's just facts.
Be cool, nigga.
So, Eagles 28, Rams 22. They're eliminated from the cell games. Saquon burns LA. Oh, I know.
Talk that sass, nigga.
That's a bad joke. Ask me if I give a fuck. But the thing about it is, Saquon burned LA. 2 60-plus yard touchdowns helps Philly advance and will host Washington next Sunday. Congratulations, Wayne. Congratulations.
Just a couple things I wanted to throw by everybody was that I think Saquon is the best player on our team right now. He's the X factor of the team right now. But to say that that's not part of the that's not part of the offense because that's what they're saying. That's the narrative. The narrative says that our offense isn't doing good. If that's not part of the offense, rushing the ball, then what is it? And then also the defense. I think they didn't speak enough about how good the defense was. 10 pass deflections, 5 sacks, 2 creative fumbles, 10 tackles for loss. And then the special teams, they didn't speak about how good Jake Elliott was in the snow, which is incredible. For a 44-yarder in the snow is no joke. And he hit it right down the middle. He was 3 for 3. Yes, I agree that he needs to fix the thing that he has going on with the extra points. But in every moment that we needed a kick, he's there and he makes it. I don't care how you want to slice it. So I just feel like on all phases, we're playing good and we adapt to what's going on, and we can. It's almost like a Swiss Army knife. Like we can figure it out as the game goes to win the game, to end up winning the game. It's not the prettiest thing because I'm not gonna sit here and say we're out here doing like what Washington did. But then again, you gotta look at the conditions, and then also, it's all 3 phases with this team. It's all 3 phases.
So you agree that Saquon is the best player in the cell game, not a quarterback?
He's the best. No, on our team.
No. But is he the best player in the NFL playoffs? That's not a quarterback.
That's not a quarterback. Yes, absolutely. He's the best He's the best running back left. Unfortunately, yeah. So
he is, and your boy Jalen.
3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Turbo to Nas.
Hurts had 70 yards rushing. So I don't get it, man. The hate for Hurts and then the love for the guy that we about to speak about is insane to me.
No, Jalen is he's proven that he's one of the upper echelon quarterbacks. I went to a few other
whose story like pardon my bad, but whose story is like more telling? Like his story is amazing. He went from getting benched to becoming a starter, winning a national championship, to getting benched again because Tua was better than him. So he plays, cool, whatever. Send him to Oklahoma. He goes to Oklahoma, wins a Heisman. You know what I'm saying? It's just like every time you guys count the man out, all he does is ball. That's all he does is ball. I wanted to hate on the man at first, and I can't even do it. I can't even like fix my lips to say some shit that's like negative about Hurts. Certain things that he can't do, but guess what? It don't matter because he's one of the best game managers in the NFL, top 2 in my opinion, and he barely turns the ball over in the playoffs, and on top of that, he gets wins. He wins.
Well, Jaden actually had the third best QB rating of the out of all the quarterbacks this weekend. Obviously, nobody was going to catch Jaden Daniels, but 15 to 20 with 20 for 128. He's literally a surgeon out there. People don't want to give him credit. This is not a game where he was going to pass a lot anyway, and he doesn't have to. He used his legs. He used his teammates' legs and paws, and they got thing rolling. They literally left LA burnt. They burnt LA, and I know it's a crude joke, but like I said, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, Stafford's yards were, he was 26 of 44 first of all. So he had to take all these shots, 44 attempts. He had 324 yards. You say impressive, right? I say garbage time because we decided to go play prevent. Half of that's when he got it. If anything, Stafford in this game had really 200 yards. It wasn't like he was out there airing them out and killing every drive. This just happened like late in the game because we started playing prevent defense and he got into a rhythm.
Well, Mitchell, thank goodness, is not feared loss for the rest of the cell games, but if you need him more than now than ever because you're hosting Washington.
I know.
And even though
yeah, bro, you know it, Debo. Hell yeah, Debo. Let them know.
Even though they can't,
I'm gonna have a new hat with champions on it again.
Even though they can't defend much. I like to see what Jaden Daniels can do in a repeat matchup against the no-fly zone, but hopefully Mitchell's there. So if Mitchell's there, how many points do you expect you'll allow against Jaden Daniels?
Okay, so I'll start by saying this. Jaden Daniels, first time we played him, around that time he was not 100%. He may say he was good enough to play, but we know he wasn't 100%. Last time we played them, when he made the comeback, he was 100%. He turned the ball over a few times, but he got it done. But Jalen Hurts didn't play. So I look at this game as like, this is it right here. Like we gonna see who's who. We both gonna have our quarterbacks. We both pretty much have all our defense. We both pretty much have all our offense. So who's gonna put up or shut up? I say this game's gonna be, because it's a division rival, this is gonna be a tough game. I say maybe 24-27. I say he puts about 24 points on us.
If Mitchell plays.
Huh?
If Mitchell plays.
Yeah, I think even with Mitchell. I think this offense is good enough to put up at least 24 points.
And then without Mitchell?
Without Mitchell? Could be a little bit. I'm thinking maybe 30.
You don't say knock on wood, God forbid, but
maybe 30.
it's just a question.
Maybe 30, just because my thing with Rodgers isn't he's great. To me, he gets in position, but I don't know, either he's timing it wrong or he just doesn't have that athleticism. Maybe he's fast, but he don't have the athleticism. Some people are fast and they don't have they don't have the hops. So that could be it, or he just doesn't have good anticipation as of right now. Maybe him getting more reps in practice would help as well. For him to get ready for this game. But if Quinion's playing, he's got to play. I mean, if he's healthy, he's got to play.
Well, I know that it's going to be important that he plays. You'd obviously be better off if you play with that. But just like the Rams had more options than what Jaden Daniels has, to be honest with you. That's just being fair.
Yeah, but not under these. But that's what I'm saying. Not under these conditions.
No, I know that, but they have more options. They did.
Yeah.
It's not.
But I think that game would have been different had it not been under those conditions. I think this game, that Rams Eagles game would have been higher scoring.
Well, I get that, but they still got 402 yards total. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. They were still able to move the ball.
Yeah.
Matt was 26 for 44.
And we do what we always do. We bend but don't break. You get a touchdown in the red zone, but then there's other times we're gonna get you to just kick a field goal. You know what I'm saying? If you could stop somebody in the red zone at least twice, you give yourself a chance. You know what I'm saying? You can't give yourself a chance when they're 4 for 4 in the red zone. That's the difference. That we did stop them a few times.
And to me, this game was never actually close. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying this because I'm biased with him being here because my cousin's an Eagles fan. I'm saying this because of what I saw. What I saw, the eye test told me the better team was wearing green. The better team was imposing their will on the ground, and that's where you win football a lot of times. The QFL, what I mean by QFL is not the quarterback that always throws the most touchdowns and the most yardage. None of these guys went off like that, to be honest with you, outside of Jaden Daniels. We just mentioned that. So the thing about it is the QFL means that the best quarterback, the guy that limits mistakes, the guy that gets the ball to the right place, makes the right reads, always stays on the field as much as possible, and puts his team in position to win. Okay, whether it's by running the ball or by throwing the ball does not matter. The fact is he's doing it with his mind.
Debo, they also don't mention how Jalen Hurts throws a beautiful pass to AJ Brown, like a yard from the touchdown mark. They don't even mention it. Like nobody mentions that throw at all. That was before almost halftime. I think it was like 27 seconds left on it.
They won. They forced 5 turnovers.
Come on, man.
They forced 5 turnovers.
We didn't score in that. We didn't score because of that.
These guys own them. They burnt the shit out of LA. They did. I don't give a
What the fuck?
Then you have the two calls that were like what? Like
yeah, there was some weird calls.
A tush push in the regular season. When did they ever call a false start? I'll tell you. Goose egg, none, 0. They decided to do it in the playoffs. That was a little weird. And then the ineligible man downfield. I'm like, what? Those are 2 touchdowns that they basically took from us.
Yep. The thing about it is, though, ladies and gentlemen,
It didn't fucking matter.
it didn't matter. These guys were on a mission. The Eagles are the best team left, like team-wise. This is the best roster left in the cell games, and they've got the quarterback who's on a 12-game win streak.
3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Oh,
And the best
they don't
player in the QFL cell games left that's not a quarterback in Saquon Barkley.
Finish him.
You think it pisses me off that they're talking about Saquon more than Hurts? No, I don't care. I just want to win. Let's just get it done. I don't care about all those other accolades that you guys want him to have as a quarterback. He don't care what y'all talking about. He don't give a shit about what y'all talking about.
We shall see. It's coming soon. All right, let's see the last game's headlines. What does the paper say? Playoff Lamar's back. Kinda. That's what we know about the Ravens after this performance. And what we know about Buffalo is that they're the AFC's last hope to dethrone the motherfucking cell. Super perfect cell. Bills eliminate the fucking Ravens. My goddamn Ravens. Once again.
God damn it! Come on, Dusty!
It's Blundermore Ravens is what I'm going to call them for a little while. Blundermore Ravens. Once again, the Ravens never, ever find a foe that they cannot beat. Except themselves.
Fatality.
It's literally self-delete, self-cancel. 3 turnovers and drops helps Buffalo advance. We'll play Kansas City next Sunday. This one was a tough one to digest. Back on Saturday, I told everybody I expect a fast start. It happened. I expect Lamar and Henry to feast. They feasted. What I also expected was them to control clock. They kind of did. But you know,
Damn it! Come on, Dusty!
every once in a while, they show up and beat themselves. They shoot themselves in the foot. They could have controlled clock. There was not one time they made us punt. Not one time. We never punted in that game. The only punt that we give them was 3 fucking turnovers. Go look back. Lamar has never, ever thrown an interception this year. Till just yesterday. And this is why they talk shit about you, Lamar. This is why. This is why they always say that you choke. Because for some reason you do weird shit that you never do in the regular season in the playoffs continually. What I saw was a man who had Black America behind him. He had black QBs, little 12-year-olds playing Pop Warner, high schools, new transfers. It's a lot of people who look up to Lamar Jackson, you hear me? And he let us down. He let us down. He did choke. He choked for 2 fucking plays. But that's not what tests his mettle. I'm still impressed by Lamar Jackson, believe it or not, because he is who he is.
Yeah, it's another night, bitch!
Not only did he keep driving up the field regardless of turnovers or not, no matter how hard stopping it was for Mark Andrews to be wide open and scramble for more yardage and lose the ball, gives Buffalo a chance to score. But my defense showed up. We did not let them score. They were going to have to kick the field goal. Then my quarterback comes in with 2 minutes left. 1 timeout. And if Lamar was a fucking choke artist, this is the time we will see. Because they were only down 8 points. It was 27 to 19. No, to 20 to 19. No, it was 27-19. And I told my boys, this is going to be Lamar's biggest, greatest, most important drive in his entire career. Right here, right now. So fuck what happened for the rest of the game. What can you do right now? And what did he do? He marches down the field and scores a touchdown. All we needed was a 2-point conversion, and Mark Andrews.
Damn it! Come on, Dusty!
Goddamn white boy.
But it's okay. I'm not going to blame Mark Andrews. I'm not going to blame Lamar. I'm not going to blame the coaches. What I blame is our execution and our focus. For some reason or another, we show up every once in a while not focused. But we also show up and basically play to our competition. Play down to our competition. We're the team that struggles against bad teams but whoops on good teams for some reason. And don't get me wrong, I respect Josh Allen, I respect the Buffalo Bills. But that is a bad team right there.
What the fuck?
They're nowhere near in our league. It's incredible. We outgained them 416 yards to 273. But because of our mistakes, they ended up scoring 27 points. They should have never scored 17. So, for that, we'll just say, we got to wait till next year. Hopefully Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels is up to the task. Let's get it, baby.
Finish him!
Yeah, my only take was the short fields. Yeah, that was a lot that they were getting was short fields with those turnovers. So it was. That's why he was 16 for 22 for 127. Wasn't like he was just airing that shit out. He didn't have a better game than Jackson. 18-25, 254 yards and 2 TDs. I mean, Allen did have those TDs, but he had them all. They were all rushing. And they were short fields. That was my take on that. The Ravens' execution in totality of this game
He scored 14.
gave the Bills this win.
He's responsible for 14 points without help from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They had that first drive.
like I said, we didn't punt one time in this game. We were on the way to score every single one of those turnovers, at least a field goal. We scored every drive except those. That's why the game was so tight, because we literally scored on every drive except those mistake drives.
Yep.
And we still have a chance. This is why you can't blame it on one person, because at the end of the game, you still have a chance. But you got to give it up to my boy, Josh Allen, who didn't fuck the ball up. He did just, you know what I'm saying, kept it cool, 16 for 22, kind of like Jalen Hurts, 127 for 2 TDs running. That's okay. Led to a grand total 86.7 passer rating.
But now I want to say this. If you praise that and you say he had a great game,
Jalen Hurts had a better game.
and Jalen Hurts had a good game too, man. That's all I'm trying to say.
Jalen Hurts had a better
Everybody
game.
that's saying, oh, you have subpar. It's not subpar. It's good. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't put the ball in harm's way.
But Lamar was 18 for 25, 254, 2 touchdowns, 2 turnovers for a grand total of 114.4
And that's
passer
what
rating.
stopped him from having a great game.
Even with the turnovers, you can clearly see who the better quarterback is. You can clearly see who the better player is.
Yeah, it's the juggernaut, bitch.
Especially in the big moments.
And yes, you can make fun of his playoff things, and you have every right. But you still can't say he ain't the second best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, it's the juggernaut, bitch.
If he does that good, 114.4 passer rating, he averaged 119 in the season, which is why he's going to win the MVP more than likely. 4th best ever in NFL history. That's what he averaged, just 5 points less. If that's choking, then that's the greatest fucking player I ever seen in my life. That's all I got to say.
Finish him.
All right. So let's get to the what the fuck stats. Every time after we recap, there's some stats that, you know what I'm saying, are a little mind blowing, okay? Here's number 1.
What the fuck?
The Commanders are 2-0 on the road this postseason. The rest of the NFL, the QFL, is 0-8. That is fucking impressive.
What the fuck?
He's no rookie, I'm trying to tell you. Here's another one.
What the fuck?
In the divisional round, out of all the quarterbacks that played this weekend, this is the most efficient passer average per drop back, meaning per every time that they drop back to throw. That rookie, that's no rookie, is number 1. The MVP is number 2. Stroud, Stafford, Mahomes, Goff, Allen, Hurts. The numbers speak for himself. Even he's better than Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest player I've ever seen, even when he loses. Here's another one.
What the fuck?
The Texans are the first team in the NFL postseason history in the cell games to outgain their opponent by 100 rushing yards, have 0 turnovers and no mistakes, and lose. They didn't even miss a field goal. Prior to this, teams were 49-0 in such games. That is crazy.
What the
They
fuck?
couldn't score.
Here's another one.
What the fuck?
Vikings only lost 4 games this season and in the postseason total, okay? They lost to the Lions and the Rams.
What
back
the
to
fuck?
back. Once in October and once just now in January.
What the fuck?
And guess what they had? Over 500.
That is funny as fuck. That is funny as fuck. Yeah, it's a crazy fucking division. My Ravens are gone, so I just hope I don't mind any of the 3 teams other than Kansas City to win.
So Ben Johnson takes the Chicago Bears job, and the only thing I could think of was, nigga, I don't give a fuck unless you don't fix that O-line. I don't care who you put as the coach. If you don't fix that O-line, you gotta fix that O-line
Ben
immediately.
Johnson sucks.
That's all I'm saying.
I think Ben Johnson's trash.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think he's gonna have maybe one good year, and that's about it. He's gonna fizzle out, kind of like Clint Kingsbury or whatever when he went to Arizona.
How about Chip Kelly? That work for you?
No, he can't even coach in college no more. He has to be offensive coordinator now.
No, I'm just saying though. He had one hell of a year with the Eagles, but that's it.
That's
One.
it.
One and done, like all these NBA players.
But the only reason it worked is because the system was new and they still had Andy Reid's players. When he started using his own players, who were atrocious, no. He was bugging.
Pete Carroll, that'd be a nice pickup.
Nah, the Raiders. What the Raiders need is Deion Sanders. That's what they need.
Deion Sanders ain't going to the Raiders.
He should go to the Raiders.
Anything, he's going to the Cowboys. If anything.
Nah, the Cowboys can't get Shador. He's gonna go where he could coach Shador.
Hell yeah, he did. That's what I don't understand, Debo, that he had the players. We played good that year. And for some reason he said, let's go get shittier players to play for my offense. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. And then he had like all these background stories talking about that Deshaun Jackson was in a gang. And McCoy too. That's why they got rid of him.
You know who I would hire? I would hire Brian Flores if I was the Raiders. That's who you want.
Who's that? That's the guy from
He's a defensive coordinator for
Yeah.
the Vikings.
yeah.
Brian Flores. He should go over there. He used to be the coach of Miami. They were good. He was the only one beating the Patriots at that time.
Okay. I mean, the Patriots kind of beat themselves at this point, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Nah, he wants to coach Shador in the pros. He really wants to do that. He said it on the what's it called, the Shannon Sharp podcast, Nightcap.
Yeah, but I don't think
that's not how he said it. What he said is the only way I see me, because he says I love Buffalo or whatever. He's at Boulder, whatever. He says that the only way he sees himself going to the NFL is if he can coach his son. That's it. That's how he said it. So I don't even know if he's actually thinking about it.
Yeah, I think he really does love his situation right now.
So I would say go get Brian Flores.
Yeah, he might stay.
He's a disciplinarian. He's a pretty good coach. Had good
Shador
results.
probably gonna stay right there.
The only reason the Miami Dolphins fired him was because he wasn't cool with tanking, and when they tanked and chose a quarterback, he wanted Justin Herbert. They chose fucking Tua.
Yeah.
Either one would have sucked anyway.
Finish him.
One would have sucked on the field, and the other one would have never touched the field. Which one you want? The one that's deadly accurate, but never turns up in the biggest games, and is always hurt, or the guy who's in the games and just never shows up.
Yeah.
In big moments. Period. Oh shit. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think Josh Allen's gonna have to hero ball this one. He's gonna have to get like 4 rushing touchdowns for this game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna have to be and some methodical shit.
Yeah.
Like don't try to get it all at once. Don't try to get a 50-yard bomb or nothing like that. Go nice and easy down the field.
But I'm still proud of my boys. They still fought like the Ravens do. At least they didn't go down. Lamar could have easily had a meltdown and completely panic and fucked up the rest of the game. But no,
I don't think that's who Lamar has ever been.
Lamar showed grit, and Lamar, like I
said, it was uncharacteristic.
Everybody knew on that drive, on the way down up the field with 2 minutes left, everybody knew, since he had a chance to actually tie it, that he's going to be judged by that drive. So I don't want to see it now not being judged for that drive because he lost, because you would have judged that drive had he throw another pick, or if he would have just never got the touchdown or even a field goal. If he would have went 3 and out, or 4 and out, obviously, you guys will say, hey, on the most important drive of his career, he didn't show up. You can't say that. You can say he choked, but you can't say that in the most important drive of his career, he didn't show up, because he did, and he did it in spades. He made it look easy. And it was easy. He just didn't know it. They just don't know it. It is that easy.
It was just too late.
They're that good. They're that good, and they don't know how good they are. That is that easy. All you have to do is execute. That's it. The game plan, John Harbaugh, Man, let me tell you something. Whoever says fire John Harbaugh, fuck you. Your mom's a sewer rat. Listen.
Fatality.
John Harbaugh, they put it on the TV screen. No head coach in the QFL's history has more road games in the playoffs, in the fucking cell games, than John Harbaugh, motherfucker.
Give me a hell yeah!
So I'm proud of my boys, proud of you guys. You guys showed up, showed the professional Eagles that you're supposed to be at home. Let the crowd know. Someone from the Bronx burnt LA. The Bronx was always burning. Now it's Hollywood's time.
Yeah,
Thank you, Saquon, because now I can say that. The Bronx burnt LA.
And we'll ride your ass all the way to the end, my nigga.
I was waiting to say that since the fucking World Series.
For real.
All right, broski. So before we cut, we got a top 5 here for you.
The random top 5.
This is a random top 5 here, okay?
Uh-oh, here you go. He trying to give me head scratches and shit.
Look at that. I should have fucking screenshotted it. Give me a second, y'all.
Hold on now. Something wrong with it.
All right, bro. Top 5 college football titles since the playoff 2014.
The top 5 what? Say that again?
Top 5 most college football rings, championships.
Saban?
No,
Alabama, sorry, my bad. Alabama.
Yeah, the teams.
Alabama.
So 1.
Michigan.
That's tied with 5th.
Ohio State.
That's 2.
Florida.
Nope.
Florida State.
Nope.
You said 2014 and up? Damn. Clemson.
That's number 3.
LSU.
That's number 5. He's tied with Michigan. There's one more.
It's not Notre Dame, right? Because they ain't win for a long time. Damn. I'm like drawing a blank. Georgia.
Yeah. Good shit.
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, I know my college football. I do know my college football.
I don't get much cared about it, to be honest with you.
But yeah.
Punk ass you sucks anyway. I'd rather watch the pros. Saturday I just tune it in.
It's something to do, guys. It's something to do.
All right, y'all. We're gonna cut it here. We will be back on Thursday.
Appreciate the viewers.
We're gonna recap the NBA, what we know, what we see, a new Mortal Kombat inspired tower rank.
Finish him!
And we will see you then. This is the Pressure Podcast, where viewers have to say. We'll send you a link so we can put you in a little screen right here. Hop on the mic and talk your shit.
Finish him!
Peace out, everybody. We'll see you then. All right, Cuzzo.